Hello everyone, it's me Natsu here, and we are back with some more Dokkan Battle. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Easy A STR Android 13 that came out recently on the JP version. So he's actually a pretty solid free-to-play unit, honestly, and I'm kind of excited to see how he looks like in-game, of course. I think his on-paper stats look pretty good. So again, to cover the unit right here, his leader skill, he gets physical types enemies attack and defense minus 40%. That's not really the best leader skill ever, but I feel like if you're having trouble against some maybe physical god of destruction event units, that could definitely work. Other than that, not really. I feel like his super, actually no, I don't even think this would work against the god of destruction enemies, because their attack can't be lowered, I believe. So super battle road, I guess, but that's really it. His super attack effect, he stacks attack and defense permanently. He causes supreme damage and he lowers defense. So lowering defense is pretty useless for the most part. There's not really any 13 or units around 13 that you would really need to lower defense for. But stacking attack and defense is nice. So his passive skill, he gets 130% attack at the start of turn. And then when key is 8 or more, he does reduce damage received by 40%. He gets an additional 130% attack and defense when there's a Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Teen, or Piccolo. So, of course, there's not including like Kid Goku, Ginyu Goku, or Kid Vegeta, Vegeta Jr., Demon King Piccolo, and Majin Buu Piccolos. Just the Z version of those characters specifically. I know like Trunks Future, so like, the Prime Battle Trunks, I believe, doesn't count, or any of the Dragon Ball Super Trunkses don't count as well. And then he gets an additional 70% attack and defense when there's a 14 and 15 attacking in the same turn. So obviously that means that his best friend is the LR, not the LR, it's, imagine LR 14 and 15 is the other EZA free-to-play unit, the 14 and 15, which I'm going to do a separate video on them as well. They work very well together, so we're gonna be able to see them. I didn't really give him any equips or anything like that. I mean, I don't think he's like a character that I would really invest equips like that into. Maybe I'll give like a 5 defense, but I don't know. So his link skills are Red Ribbon Army, Android Assaults, Tough as Nails, Big Bad Bosses, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Shattering the Limit. I mean, I feel like, Big Bad Bosses, Nightmare, Fear and Faith are definitely very good villain links that you'll see on a lot of his teams. Android Assault, Tough as Nails, again, that's mostly for the Android teams, or the Red Ribbon Army. Shattering the Limit, again, is pretty common as well on those villain teams, I feel like, especially for some support type units. But, he's free to play, so I feel like having Shattering the Limit would be better for him in terms of linking with, like, say, Android 14, 15, or any of those Prime Battle events. He doesn't want to be used for the Prime Battle Trunks event, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, and he's on 4 category teams right here: movie bosses, androids, artificial life forms, and Target Goku. So he's very limited based off of that, which does worry me. We will be showing him off on 3 of those teams. So firstly, we're gonna go onto the androids team. And actually, no, this is the Target Goku team. My apologies, because Cooler and Frieza are there. And we're just going to take this into a Dokkan event, kind of see like initial showings, and look at basically what his power is going to be. I'm going to take him against a Goku, Vegeta, or Trunks or something. I mean, if you're going to use this 13, I feel like you probably want to take him against the Goku, Trunks, or Vegeta for the most time, or Piccolo, I guess, too. For the most part, you want to see how he's going to look like against those enemies. So I want to get the first showing there so we can see what it looks like without the 14 and 15, if you really want them on the team or not. Now next, we're going to take him into the God event, actually, which kind of contradicts my previous statement on, you basically are going to bring him facing a Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, and if not, he's probably not worth bringing, but that's why I want to test it out here. Again, he gets 130% defense when facing those enemies. But even if he's not facing no enemies, he still has a damage reduction. So we'll see what it looks like here. Again, the only thing that sucks about him being on the movie bosses team is that there's not really like Int 13 is only really solid on the androids team. So you're not really gonna bring Int 13 into here. And that's pretty much it. There's not really like other great linking partners. He shares a couple of links with the Janembas, which is why I'm bringing I can't speak. Which is why I'm bringing the Janembas. But outside of that, there's not really many movie bosses he meshes too well with, just because a lot of his links are Android specifically. But we'll see how he does. I mean, I feel like he could potentially be a solid option. I'm going to bring him in type advantage, of course. I don't think he can go type neutral in the God event. But yeah, we'll see. And then finally, we do have, well, at least on the movie bosses team anyways, I feel like he can go type neutral if you have the 17th, the 14, 15, but And then again, right here, we are going to bring him onto the Androids team specifically. We're going to take this to a longer event, stack him up a little, see what kind of stats he can get, like maybe 10 to 15-ish around there at range turns into the fights. The Androids team is a little slow though, so I'm not sure if it's going to be longer than that, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look here into the target Goku team. Hello, we are here on the Androids team, and I hate the friend system. Okay, so right here he's gonna have a lot of links active, so we're gonna get everything but big bad bosses, which is arguably his most important link. I didn't even realize this guy didn't have big bad bosses. That's unfortunate, but his stats right here, he's at 152k defense. Keep in mind, again, he does raise his defense on super attack permanently, and he gets 40% damage reduction. I mean, I feel like that looks pretty good, in all honesty. The only thing is that technically we haven't linked with this unit, which is not like the best unit ever. He is getting, I believe, 50% defense support as well. He's getting 3 key, 40% defensive support. Okay. Let's see what numbers he's going to put up here. I'm very intrigued to see how hard he will actually hit. So again, keep in mind, we are facing a Goku enemy, so he's getting that additional 130% attack and defense from his passive specifically. Yeah, this guy sucks anyways. Okay, perfect. Let's see. 2.45, I'll take that for sure. Considering how good he is defensively and his stacking throughout the event. Definitely a very, very good showing of him so far. I like what I'm seeing. Just from the get-go, again, there's like so many Goku, like the thing with his passive is that there's so many enemies in the game that fit that criteria. So it's not like, oh, you're never going to see Vegeta enemies or something like that. Like, you're going to see those enemies that are listed on his passive right there. So it's very, very common to see this guy his max potential right here. So right here is going to have, again, support from this AGL with Android 13. He's going to get 2 key and 30% attack and defense support. So it's going to be a little lower, but his defense did jump up a nice amount right there. All the way up to 175k. Okay. He does basically share the same links with this 13. They share 6 out of 7 links. Is that correct? Let me double check. Well, obviously, it shows right here. What am I doing? Yeah, okay. I thought they shared 5 links, but 6 links is definitely very, very solid. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see him with big bad bosses. Which again, with big bad bosses, he would have 25% additional attack and defense. We may be able to see it if we stall next turn, and we get the other Android 13 over to this rotation. We might not actually kill this Goku this turn actually with 13 at the end. So, although we won't be able to see him with the support, I believe we'll be able to have all links active because we'll be able to get big bad bosses with the AGL Android 13. Perfect, perfect. And we have these guys. You guys think that these guys are gonna destroy this phase right here? I mean, this is a deadly rotation if I've ever talked about one. We should make a video on this rotation specifically. I don't think this rotation right here is like too talked about, but I believe they share like 6-7 links for the most part. So this cooler and transforming Frieza rotation is pretty absurd in long difficult content, especially even in short difficult content. I feel like it's very, very good. So I haven't seen this transformation in such a long time actually. Again, right here you should have all of his links active. 210k defense right here. I'm scared about keeping him in the front. This 13, would he die? Just in case. I'm gonna be careful. I would rather not die in a Dokkan event like that. Let's just chill for there. Again, all 10 links active. Let's see what kind of numbers he's gonna put up here. I mean, no support this time, but he does have big bad bosses now, and he's stacked around twice already so far. Yeah, 2.8 million. Again, I feel like he stacks up pretty quickly, honestly, especially if you have his links active. I'm very impressed actually so far. Like, he put up the same attack stat as this 13. And this is a full target Goku team for that 13. That 13, I'm pretty sure she had like full level 10 links as well. So, I mean, I'll take that for sure. Let's go ahead and go move on to the movie bosses team. Alright, we are here in the God events. So with this LR, oh my god, I said LR Janemba. What am I thinking? I can't even think apparently. With this STR Janemba, these guys do share 3 links. So they'll share Big Bad Bosses. I believe this would be Fear and Faith and Nightmare. So that's basically in total, that is 2 key and I believe 40% attack, which is not bad for sure. His defense though, 45k defense. That's a huge drop from what we saw previously. But again, we do get the 40% damage reduction. He does stack his defense for a little. So let's see. This is just more so a test over anything. I just kind of want to see what he's going to look like here without any Goku enemies in a difficult stage. Because you have to keep in mind for the Androids Extreme Super Battle Road stage, there's not going to be any Goku enemies. 30k. What is it going to take on a super? I feel like that's like, it's not the greatest. That's not terrible though. Again, considering that there's no Goku enemy or anything like that, he will be stacking up his defense, no support. It could be a lot worse, but I mean, it's not like 131k like right there. Let's go ahead and use this. I'm going to probably keep Broly here for now, I guess. We'll do that. We'll grab this with you. And we can't get the Janemba support, obviously, because, you know, Janemba... the Janemba support is a very rare thing to get, I'd say. Unfortunately, right there. We should be looking good on this turn, though. On the next turn, we'll be able to see basically the same rotation, but this time we have an extra stack with 13. I might want to see how it looks like without support, with support as well. But, dude, Sidra is like killing us right here. Oh my goodness. Sidra is destroying our shit right here, dude. I mean, he's taking less damage than a Bojack that did its super attack. Are we dead here? I think we're dead here, huh? Because, yeah, the key is just awful here. Okay, that's unfortunate. I feel like the key just kind of really screwed us over there. I mean, I should have saved the key at the end, but I need a Broly to get a super attack. We'll take this Rainbow Broly. That's fine. But let's see again. I mean, the issue with 13 here is, and they got him, and he won't have really like the greatest linking partners ever. Again, him and Janemba work well, but especially when he's not facing a Goku enemy, he's gonna kind of struggle a little. We'll go ahead and grab this with you. Again, 13 will basically tank the same here. There's not really going to be any difference whatsoever. And we're going to get this with you so we can save these purple orbs. We could be able to drop them next turn for Fat Janemba. And we'll be able to get a lot better of a look at Fat Janemba there. Again, 13 should put up basically the same what you saw, like a 1.5 million attack stat. Unless he gets a double super attack, which would be pretty good for him if he does get a double super attack. Honestly, I feel like though he's not like the worst option here still with the 30% with the 40% damage reduction. You know, he does have to attack first, I believe, but again, he's not like the worst option. There's definitely other units that you could bring that probably won't be looking as great as he would. So we'll give this to you, and then we'll get the support with Janemba. Bam. Big brain plays. Okay. Okay, perfect. As long as Broly doesn't get supered, we're good. Which is the most important thing right there. Bojack hitting us a very low attacks, actually. Again, the issue with Broly being the leader here as well is that Broly doesn't share any like villain links with the other units. It's like no big bad bosses, no Fear and Faith, no Nightmare. Stuff like that would be very important for these units. Would Broly... I need Broly like triple superhero. He's probably just dead anyways, isn't he? This, yeah... my conclusion is 13... He's okay for the God event. He's not really going to be a unit that you really will go out of your way to run in the God event. That's for sure. Yeah, I think we'll leave things there. I mean, one issue is that again, Broly is not really going to. Well, we could see. I want to see him with supports. Okay, we could. Let's see what the rotation looks like. But we got double 55% in Broly's here. We could survive. I feel like we could live. It's very possible we could live here with like a sliver of HP, because each Broly will take about 150k. So if we don't get super attacked here, we can see. Maybe I should have brought a damage reduction item or something, like a Princess Snake instead of just the Sensu for the rotations like this to give the Broly's extra damage reduction. Because they don't get damage reduction against, you know, like God of Destruction event units again. Which isn't a issue for Broly. I don't care. Never mind, we're dead. Okay, so, that was fun. Let's go ahead and move on to the final team. Really, no! So, this is the final team right here. We're going to be taking them into the long, difficult content against the GT Legendary Goku events. So, he's starting off right here at 185k defense. This is looking very good. And again, no big bad bosses here. So, one thing to consider is that not only will we be facing a Goku, I believe GT Gokus are included. I mean, I'd be surprised if GT Gokus weren't included and his defense was this high. But we're also getting an Android 14 and 15 attacking in the same turn. So he's looking pretty good here. Let's go ahead and grab these. Let's grab this with you. And then let's grab this. Let's see what kind of damage numbers he's going to hit on this very first turn. And then after, we'll skip ahead. 2.8 million, almost 3 million. Okay, pretty good. Well, 2.89, so it's basically 2.9 million. Whatever. What he's going to take from the super, I'm assuming very little damage. His defense will be lowered, though. Yeah, double digits already, okay. We'll go a few turns. Again, with the 14 and 15 on rotation, he gets a pretty big buff, and we're able to see where the super attacks are. My only complaint about this rotation is that the 14 and 15 actually do not stack, but that's an issue on their end. We'll cover that more in their own video. But, I mean, this 13 will be a very, very good wall next to the 14 and 15. So, I'll go ahead and skip a few turns. We'll probably get to the, I'd say the Great Ape Goku phase, and we'll kind of continue on from there. Alrighty, gamers. We are here. Great Ape Kid Goku. We're actually at turn 11, actually. So, again, this team is a little slow right here. So, right now, he's at 400k defense. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys already know he's not really going to be taking any damage from this guy with his 30% damage reduction. Again, a big part about this rotation is that these two guys share a lot of defense links. So, Red Ribbon Army, we have 10% defense. Android Assault, 20% defense. Tough as Nails, 20% defense and 5% damage reduction. And that's basically it, except for Shattering Limit, which is another 5% defense. So in total, they're getting 55% defense and 5% damage reduction from links. Again, 13 could also get Big Bad Bosses as well. Big Bad Bosses is another 25% defense. And along with that, we're able to view where the super attacks are because of that 13. So this is looking like a pretty strong rotation to me. Let's go ahead and grab these with you. And then we should be good on this rotation. This 13 shouldn't really take too much damage in the middle, considering that we do have support here, Big Bad Bosses and everything. So we are looking good so far. I mean, the 13 took double digits from Great Ape Goku, and I'm sure a lot of you know how hard this Great Ape Goku can hit. So that's very, very impressive. I'm actually kind of scared for Cell at the end right here. Probably should have used an item. I feel like the Cell could die. To be honest. Wait a minute. He died. Well, I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. And we're going to go ahead and get to the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And, you know, I'll just, that never happened. Alright, so we are here on the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku phase, and we're going to have Android 18 here as a support type unit. She's giving 32% attack and defense to Android 13 here, so in total, he's at 454k defense. That's a pretty good defensive stack considering, again, 40% damage reduction once he attacks. So I'm having the first slot, and we're going to see, I believe there should be a difference between in the first slot and second slot. No, he just takes double digits regardless, okay. Against a super attack right here, he's probably not going to take any damage, honestly. I'd be shocked if he took some damage right here. He did some solid damage himself with 3.6 million attack size. Definitely wouldn't want, I wouldn't consider that bad. I think that's a very, very solid attack stat for a free-to-play unit. He has like 16 turns into the event, however, but I mean, and this is where you're going to really primarily use him in this legendary Vegeta / legendary Goku event. Even in the legendary Vegeta event, seeing these numbers, I feel like he'll be performing very, very well in that event. Again, the only issue is that this physical 14 and 15, they don't stack their own defense. So because they don't actually stack defense themselves, it's going to be an issue for them to actually really pop off, I guess you could say, or look that well here, because they're just going to take so much damage. Like, they're like, especially in the last phase against the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like right here they have type advantage and they're still taking 10k. They're only at 170k defense, which is fine, but it's like not the greatest thing ever. Other than that though, I mean, this 13 himself, if we're just talking about the 13's performance, he's looking very, very good. What I'm probably going to do, ooh, that's a lot of damage we're taking there, buddy. What I'm probably going to do is I think I might push the 14 and 15 off rotation, just so we can see how this 13 is going to look without the 14 and 15, and then we'll kind of conclude things from there. So I'm going to try and skip ahead. We'll get to the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku portion, and we'll call it a video from there. So this guy got me killed. I couldn't. I was like, okay, thanks. It was like, you know when there's like a single slot and then the enemy super attacks you, and that single attack when you don't want to get supered. That's what happened in the middle. So I was like, okay, well, it'd be like that. So there's no 13 friends. I'm not gonna bother finding any more 13 friends. I'm gonna end it here. This 13 looked very, very powerful. Again, at the end of the event, he was reaching almost 500k damage. I mean, defense. I mean, at that point, I feel like with his 40% damage reduction, it was pretty clear he wasn't going to take any damage from the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I feel like it will work very well in the legendary Vegeta event. Overall, I like him for sure. He's very specific and specialized is my only issue. You run around very specific units with them. Pretty much just this guy, which these guys aren't bad, but because they don't like stack defense or raise defense on super attack, they are going to age out a little quickly, I feel like. And considering that they also are only on themselves 4 teams, same with this 13, he's only on 4 teams. He's going to age better than the 14 at 15, but he's going to lose, I feel like, a lot of his value without them being as good. And, you know, his link sets, is not like, he has some solid links, but some of them are wonky and they're not really going to be used on many of his teams. Overall, though, if he's good or bad right now, I think he's a very, very good free-to-play unit. I would just say you pretty much want to only take him into the long, difficult content. That's where he really shines. And there's like a billion units who are good there. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching, though. And I like the 13, honestly. We'll see you on the next one.